on a bale of hay, and a bulldog is sitting on the ground. I went and pinched a bulldog's tail, and they went around and around and around. They went around and around. It's the same old tale that the crow told me, way down yonder by the sycamore tree. It's the same old tale that the crow told me, way down yonder by the sycamore tree. She slobbered so bad, spent all the money that I ever had. I went and asked the doctor what to do about it. He said I'd have to teach the old cow how to spit. He said I'd have to teach the old cow how to spit. It's the same old tale that the crow told me, way down yonder by the sycamore tree. It's the same old tale that the crow told me, way down yonder by the sycamore tree. To a football game, the game was called off on the count of rain. The humpback went to get his quarterback. The fullback kicked the hump off the humpback's back. He kicked the hump off the humpback's back. It's the same old tale that the crow told me, way down yonder by the sycamore tree. It's the same old tale that the crow told me, way down yonder by the sycamore tree. I just found out my ham's so high, only two hind legs on a hog, that's why. Cross them with an octopus and ham will come down. Be hog in the middle and the ham all around. Hog in the middle and the ham all around. It's the same old tale that the crow told me, way down yonder by the sycamore tree. It's the same old tale that the crow told me, way down yonder by the sycamore tree.
Well, it was down at old Ranch Eagle where I first ran across that strange two-wheel contraption that upset me in the dust. Simply got up and throwed me, romped around upon my head, shot straight up in lightning order, so Ike the ranch boss said. 'Twas a tenderfoot who rode it, who was wheeling, so they say, for his help from New York City out to San Francisco Bay. He stopped by the ranch house to get himself a good square meal. Never dreamt us boys would monkey with his gosh darn wheel. Started in with Arizona when he says to Ike McGill, I guess you found a limit to your bronco riding skill. He said, oh boy, but you will find a different deal when you throw your chaparitas around that gosh darn wheel. Well, and he slurs upon my talent, makes me madder than a mink. So I told him I would ride him for amusement or for chink. I said, if you don't believe me, just to get her by the snout, put a rope around her muzzle and to lead the critter out. Well, I done as I requested, and I gave the word to go. I pushed the gas to start her, and she wasn't very slow. The grade was kind of sloping from a ranch house to the creek, and I went a-tearing through there like a crazy lightning streak. All the boys, they went to hollering, stay with her, Uncle Bill. Put your spurs in her shoulder, turn her muzzle up the hill. Well, I done as they requested, but my plan, it wouldn't work. When my spurs went in its shoulders, my pace went in the dirt. Well, the next that I remembered, I was lying on the ground, out in front of old Ranch Eagle with my comrades gathered round. They were putting peach-tree policies on my hide where it was ripped. Some of the boys said, Arizona, you must have gotten whipped. Well, I can take the wildest bronco from the wild and woolly west. I can rope him, I can ride him, let him do his level best. I can ride the toughest steer that ever wore a Texas brand, and in any disagreement, I can play a leading hand. Shortest in Texas when the cactus were in bloom, you be the bride and I'll be the groom. Now that you love me, now I know I love you, darling.
everywhere you go. You're on the right side and I'm on the left. I'll never go nowhere else by myself. Now that you love me, now I know I love you, darling, everywhere you go. I want the key to your little old heart so we can be together and never ever part. Now that you love me, now I know I love you, darling, everywhere you go. You're on the right side and I'm on the left. I'll never go nowhere else by myself. You can't step into another man's shoes. You can't sing another man's blues.